Hi everyone, welcome to the BNB AI Hack Workshop. Today we are diving into from data to insight, AI-powered intelligence and secure labeling. And today we are thrilled to have three speakers joining us today. And first we have Richard, Head of Ecosystem from Alaya AI. Second we have Kellen, Product Manager at DIM. And third we have Trevor, Founder of Taker. So without further ado, let's welcome our first speaker, Richard from Alaya AI. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Tiana. Can you hear me?
Yes, and the stage is yours.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thanks for the introduction, Tiana. And hello, everyone. So it's an honor to be invited to the BNB AI Hack Workshop again. So I'm Richard, Head of Ecosystem at Alaya AI. So before we dive into today's topic, allow me to provide a brief introduction of Alaya AI for users who may not be familiar with our project. So Alaya AI is an open, composable Web3 AI data platform that allows users to monetize their spare time and earn rewards by labeling AI data through a simple gamified interface. The users can earn a variety of rewards, including ETH, BNB, stablecoins, and our native token, AGT, through flexible participation in various data contribution activities. So Alaya AI is designed to leverage the inherent user acquisition advantages and network effects of Web3 ecosystems supercharge the AI industry by offering the best of Web 2 and Web 3. So we have three main modules: a distributed AI data ecosystem, where enterprise data services meet decentralized Web 3 data contributor communities; an open data platform designed to support a vibrant tokenized data economy for early stage small medium AI developers through customizable datasets bootstrapping. So we'll get into this a little bit more deeper in subsequent sections. And finally, an AI data auto labeling toolset designed to supercharge decentralized AI projects through powerful pre-processing and automation features in affordable and customizable packages. So, moving on to today's topic, let's explore some core challenges in the AI data sector that blockchain technology could potentially address, in our opinion. So, we all know that AI consumes data, but for the average user, it is difficult to trace who is collecting their data, how their data is collected, and how the data is being used. So, under traditional big tech models, user data is generally harvested and privatized by corporations as a default part of the service package. Users are generally unable to assert ownership and exercise control over how their data is used, nor are users able to benefit from data contribution without forfeiting most, if not all, data privacy rights to tech giants. Nor AI models rely on data in one way or another at certain stages of training and development. So what happens is, as models get bigger and more data hungry, supply shortages in data quantity and quality becomes increasingly apparent across various AI applications and sectors. So, for example, OpenAI success with the GPT series relied heavily on strategies like reinforcement learning from human feedback, which is a model fine-tuning method that is expensive, labor-intensive, and relatively difficult to scale in centralized settings. So what happens is that this creates a situation where big tech monopolies essentially freeload on user data to profits of data network effects. This reduces innovation incentives and also erodes public trust in centralized institutions. So moving on, let's explore the idea of token-driven data economies and how they could address these challenges. So a core advantage of blockchain technology is that it allows the creation of a global marketplace for data. for data labeling through the use of cryptocurrency wallets, enabling instant payments free from traditional restraints such as administrative costs and cross border payment fees. So, with blockchain technology, we have a chance to fully democratize AI and data labeling, giving control and rewards back to the people who actually create and curate data by tokenizing data as an asset. For example, users can pull private data, such as browsing records, and then rent them out as encrypted bundles on a per access basis. So, this is the data monetization model that several AI data blockchain platforms are already working towards. Or on the other hand, users can also collectively contribute via active data labeling through decentralized open data markets with transparent pricing features, such as through custom data pools on Alaya AI's open data platform. A key advantage of the open data platform is that it can serve both large and small data requests simultaneously, which enables better horizontal scaling across different data verticals. Token driven data economies also provide alternative possibilities for data validation and quality assurance. For example, by combining historical data contribution records of individual wallets with on chain staking and reputation mechanisms. Flexible governance mechanisms can also be utilized to build robust cross validation networks to incentivize consensus validation, which allows complex data tasks to be processed fully on chain purely through Web3 incentives alone. So, to summarize, token driven data economies make it possible for us to create novel economic structures where users and platforms can collectively share responsibilities and benefits from data collection and labeling. This brings us one step closer to building a fair global marketplace for AI, data, and intelligence. So, finally, let's explore how blockchain and related privacy technologies can provide us with a framework for secure data sharing and actionable markets intelligence. Blockchain technology enables us to create an immutable audit trail, making it possible for users to regain control and monetize their private data through various encryption techniques and controlled access channels in a transparent markets that provides equal bargaining power between data contributors and data consumers. So let's consider the possibility of creating a public, open sourced AI application that trains on sensitive data without actually seeing the data itself. I believe that such an application can be particularly useful in sectors where people are usually hesitant to share data. For example, such as trading and financial research, or in any sort of area where digging for alpha in crypto technology terminology. All right, that's a really fun, that's a really funny mistake, but yeah. So anyway, it's actually possible to create a data platform, in our opinion, that allows AI models to be trained on private data without actually revealing the data, while simultaneously ensuring that data providers are fairly rewarded. So, for a trader or investor, now imagine the edge that you will get if you have insights that others don't. I mean, of course, this includes potential risks such as, I would say, uh, criminal activity, obviously, which is rapidly becoming a significant sector, or at least like a focus or emphasis by public governance and regulatory entities across the world. But on the other hand, so Web3 is also enabling alternative data streams that were previously untapped or underutilized. So while it might actually sound quite counterintuitive, the inherent transparency of blockchain technologies can also be combined with encryption techniques like zero knowledge proofs and confidential computing to enhance data privacy and security. So federated learning can also be incorporated for local data processing, which allows users to train AI models without their data ever leaving their private devices. So this could be especially useful in situations where user identity or a sort of sensitive privacy elements have to be carefully handled. For example, medical data. And on the other hand, users can also directly feed novel data metrics into decentralized AI networks to receive real-time market intelligence from on-chain data sources or market indicators. So this could, of course, create both a lot of opportunities and also potentially generate risk factors or potential attack vectors for malicious actors such as the Lazarus group. But obviously, even if an AI were to be able to identify certain attack vectors, that would be it really depends on how AI technology is deployed and aligned in general. But that this is sort of like another topic for another time. But anyway, what happens when we combine market intelligence from on-chain data sources is that we could create streams of market signals, which can then be directly fed to custom AI trading agents with pre-configured execution parameters or decentralized data streams. So this allows profitable trades to be further utilized for AI agent training or even profit sharing, although this is context dependent. For example, through tokenized AI models or shared revenue pools. So the net effect is that these technologies or combinations enable market intelligence to become more real time, more granular, and also more accessible without unintentionally, quotes, leaking alpha based on crypto degen terminology for market participants. And also, on the other hand, from a venture capital perspective, this also means that signal detection can be improved, where AI models that can analyze decentralized data might be able to flag emerging trends or projects faster than individuals who are manually sifting through entire walls of Twitter threads. So, in conclusion, at AI, we believe that the future of AI and data is technically inseparable from blockchain technology, as there's still a lot of benefits that AI can explore from novel means of data ownership and also economic structures that are made possible through the design and application of decentralized blockchain ecosystems. And we believe that this new ecosystem will be designed around empowering every participant by ensuring data contributors are properly incentivized and fairly rewarded, and to enable the creation of collaborative AI intelligence ecosystems where data can be directly transformed into actionable market insights and where individual incentives are hopefully aligned inherently with the public good. So this wraps up my presentation for today, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Richard, for the insightful presentation, and everyone do check out Alaya AI on X and website for the latest update. And thank you again for the presentation.
Thank you very much, Tiana.
And next, let's welcome Kellen from Dean. Hi, Kellen.
Hi, Tiana. Okay. So, hi everyone. This is Kellen, the product manager at Dean. It's great to be here with all of you and share your ideas about AI. We all know AI is changing the game, right? But there is still one big question hanging over us, how do we make AI more autonomous, scalable, and decentralized? And that's where Dean data intelligence network comes in, a real solution built to provide the infrastructure that AI agents and decentralized AI apps need to thrive. So why Ding is focusing on the AI agents is simple because the future is heading straight in that direction, and the numbers speak for themselves. You can see the global AI agent market is set to explode, growing from around 4 billion to like 140 billion by 2033. And that's not just growth, it's a massive shift in how AI will operate in our daily lives. And the market for AI agent-driven cryptocurrencies is also booming. Right now, it's already at around 10 billion, and the trading volume alone is pushing around 2 billion, and they both have a very high growth rate. These numbers tell us one thing, like AI agents aren't just a trend, they are the future of decentralized intelligence. And Ding is here to build the infrastructure to support that future. So now here is the key question, like what powers AI agents? I think the answer is simple, it's data. So let's go through the AI agents. We can see they start with data. Every intelligent system from ChatGPT to Grok, from a fake Elon Musk chatbot to your bank's virtual assistant, is only as good as the data. What really defines them is the data they've learned from the conversation, the labeled datasets, and the patterns they've picked up over time. And to train these agents, it's a long process. It starts with raw data, then goes through human labeling teams who refine it, and finally, the AI models use this labeled data to learn, adapt, and improve. So without like quality data, even the most advanced AI agents could be useless. And that's why we put data at the core of our AI agent infrastructure, because better data means smarter, more effective AI. But here is the catch. Like getting AI agents to learn from data isn't instant. Before data can be used for training, it has to go through a long and tedious process. It starts with gathering raw data, then transforming and cleaning it, followed by fine-tuning, training, and constant evaluation. It's not just about feeding AI data, it's about making sure data is structured, high quality, and meaningful. When we ask any data scientist, and they will tell you the same thing. Like 80% of their time is spent on data pre-processing, while only 20% is spent on actual analysis and model building. And that's exactly why we're focusing on solving this challenge. By providing efficient solutions for AI data processing, we will help AI agents learn faster, better, and at scale. Another reality is good data is very expensive, and big companies they know the value of high quality data and they are willing to pay for it. Google struck a 60 million deal with Reddit for AI training data. Stack Overflow is licensed its data to OpenAI and Google. Even Twitter has locked down its API, charging around $100 per month for basic access and up to $40,000 for enterprise plans. But here's problem. While these companies are making millions, as data owners, we never get paid. The content we create, the conversations we have, and the knowledge we share, it all fuels AI models, yet we see none of the profit. This is exactly why Ding is building decentralized solutions so that contributors can actually benefit from the AI economy. So what do AI agents actually need to operate effectively? We can break it down. So first and foremost, AI agents need access to decentralized data with fair monetization mechanism. Right now, the ecosystems out there don't offer a system where users can both contribute their data and earn from it. We aim to change that by creating an environment where data ownership is respected and data contributors are rewarded. And AI agents also need seamless workflows across both on-chain and off-chain environments. The current blockchain infrastructure, they just isn't built to support autonomous agents working together across different systems in an efficient way. Another critical need is secure and verifiable computation. AI agents require trusted execution environments to ensure that computations are performed securely and transparently. Right now, off-chain execution is limited in terms of trust and transparency, which prevents sensitive applications from fully adopting AI, like DID products or like DeFi products. And lastly, AI agents need multi-agent systems, the ability to collaborate and even compete with each other. The current infrastructure they lacks proper support for scalable and decentralized mass, limiting the potential for AI agents to work together in complex and dynamic ways. So in short, the AI agents urgently need the right infrastructure, and we are here to provide it. So how does Dean solve these challenges? Well, Dean is here to address all the problems we mentioned before. And we are the AI native data layer for the BNB ecosystem, building a trustless distributed network that enables anyone to contribute data and share it in the income it generates. We integrate decentralized solutions that allow AI agents to work across all environments easily and fluidly. So with Dean, we eliminate the risks of centralized control and ensure that data pricing is fair and transparent. And we create an ecosystem where data isn't just a commodity controlled by a few players. It's something that anyone can participate in, contribute to, and benefit from. Our vision has already gained support from many prominent investors, like including Binance Labs, Hashkey Capital. So to ensure the data is being used effectively and transparently, we are introducing some sharing updatable models. This framework allows us to host and train publicly available machine learning models in a decentralized, verifiable way. So with some, we are making AI models more accessible and adaptable. For compact models, which are ideal for edge devices, we can deploy smaller models directly on-chain to ensure rapid access and scalability. For larger models, we utilize off-chain deployment through decentralized storage like BNB Greenfield, allowing us to handle the heavy lifting without compromising on trust or transparency. The system ensures that AI models are not only updatable, but also that everyone can verify the data and the communications behind them, creating a more accountable and decentralized AI ecosystem. Now, I think let's dive into how the DIN architecture works to bring all of this to life. At the beginning of the system, we have off-chain data collectors that use Xdata to collect data from platforms like Twitter. And these collectors gather valuable real-time Twitter threads that feeds into the system. Next, we have the validation nodes. These nodes use local models on edge devices to validate the data being collected. This ensures the data is accurate and trustworthy before it's used for training AI agents. Then we have the computation nodes, which provide the GPU power needed for data processing and vector conversion. These nodes handle the heavy computational tasks, turning raw data into something usable for machine learning models. And together, these components work in a harmony to create a scalable, decentralized network where data flows seamlessly, is validated in real time, and is processed efficiently for AI agents to learn from. This is the backbone of Jing, enabling us to build the infrastructure for a fair and transparent AI ecosystem. So our AI data the data architecture, as I mentioned before, is Xdata. And Xdata seamlessly integrates with various data sources, allowing users to gather data with minimal manual intervention. Using Golden feature, we leverage a distributed network to collect data, enhancing overall efficiency and reducing the risk of server overload. But it doesn't stop there. Xdata also employs advanced machine learning techniques to categorize and label all the collected data quickly and accurately, ensure that the labels applied are correct and reliable. With the seamed Golden, we can quickly gather labeled tweets based on user preference. On top of all that, Xdata also prioritizes user control and privacy by employing advanced encryption and access controls. We ensure that users retain full ownership of their data and maintain privacy at all times. This means data contributors can confidently participate in the ecosystem and knowing their information is secure and they are in control. So Xdata ensure that the data is gathered efficiently, labeled correctly, and remains private and secure, so everyone can benefit from the power of decentralized AI. So we've prepared a demo to showcase how Xdata integrates data collection, validation, and secure processing in real time. I think it will give you guys a clear picture of how Xdata works. May I
the
yes.
on DIN. Let's get you set up in just a few simple steps. Look for the download section and choose the extension that matches your browser. If you're using Edge, click the Edge extension link. For Chrome, select the Chrome option. Next, head to the Chrome Web Store. You can search for Xdata or use the direct link from our website. Click Add to Chrome and confirm the installation. Once it's installed, you're ready to go. After installation, you'll notice the Xdata icon appearing on your Twitter page, right in the top right corner. Now, click on the Xdata icon. Let's connect the wallet. Once connected, you'll enter the Xdata. Let's check out the mission section. Here, you'll see different tasks. For example, in this mission, the rule says that tweets need to contain specific keywords, Xdata or AI. Your job is to select your favorite tweet that includes these keywords, and we've made it easier for you by highlighting it. You can click the Golden button to reply. After you reply, the tweet will be labeled with the keyword. The better the tweet fits the topic and the more popular it is, the higher your score will be. This procedure automates the tweet labeling process. Once you've completed a mission, you can track your progress and see how well you're doing on the leaderboard. This feature not only allows you to gauge your achievements, but also motivates you to improve and climb higher in the rankings as you strive to outdo your peers. When you Golden a tweet, it gets stored on-chain to protect data privacy and ownership. You can check out all your saved tweets in your Xdata space, your personal, secure tweet library. And that's just the beginning. In the future, we plan to introduce labeled Xdata spaces, making it even easier to organize and manage your data. And that's not all. As a reward for your contributions, you'll also earn wafers, which can be redeemed for various benefits. By participating in these fun missions, you're not just selecting tweets, you're labeling tweets with the correct keywords and helping build better tweet data. This data can be used for future AI agent training, making AI smarter and more effective. And that's it. With Xdata, you're exploring AI-powered data nodes, securing your data on-chain, contributing to AI training and earning rewards, all while having fun. Ready to get started?
So in the demo, we show you exactly like how a tweet thread gets labeled, and behind it, there is a complete verification process to make the data useful for AI models. So if you guys are interested about Xdata, we check it out at xdata.ding.lol. So, and thank you guys for your time and attention today. I hope we can create a more open, fair, and trustworthy AI ecosystem for everyone.
Thank you, Kellen, for your insightful sharing, and thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you, Tiana.
Okay, then finally, let's welcome Trevor, founder of Taker. Hi, Trevor.
Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, hello, Tiana. Yeah, good evening, good morning, wherever in the world you are. It's Trevor, founder of Tagger. So just an introduction, Tagger is a decentralized AI data solution platform for data labeling, collection, management, and trading. So it's quite simple, like from Alaya AI and BIN, previously, you might have noticed how important data is to the current AI landscape. And I'll tell you, roughly over 98% of all data currently, like previously we produced from the Web 2 era, so from the internet.com boom, has already been consumed by current AI models. So now we need new data coming out, especially specialized data. What is specialized data? For example, medical data, agricultural data, like for example, legal data. All of these specialized data are what we currently lack. And that's a big part of what Tagger does. So basically, we allow anyone, so you can also do that, anyone to come onto the site, even without medical knowledge. You don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a nurse, but you can label a CT scan of a lung nodule with simple mouse click interaction. So currently our main site is down for upgrade because we have a very, very large, like a very major update coming up very soon. So I'll show you a brief video and then we'll head over to my testnet to show you the actual function. Let me see. Yeah, so basically we could see from the previous video there that there were a lot of medical data that we wouldn't otherwise be able to know where it is. So how Tagger does this is that we have a pre-trained AI model that initially roughly 60 to 70% knows what a nodule looks like. So since it already like roughly know what a nodule looks like, it can at least have a rectangle around the nodule so that everyone knows where to label. So once you see the target area, just click around the irregular shape. And you can see that the mask, the outline, is very precisely labeled from the pre-trained AI model because it already roughly knows the irregular shape, which otherwise would be extremely difficult and very tedious with the manual labeling path in a traditional way without a pre-trained AI copilot. So your input in Tagger, so as more and more people label these difficult medical data, then our pre-trained AI model will increase in its accuracy as well, because we feed these data back into our model as well. And then the accuracy grows from 70% to 80% to 90%, all the way up to 98.6%, which we have completed for a hospital. And the hospital currently uses the model to do lung nodule detection, so which would otherwise like reduce pain in patient scans. So that's basically the AI Copilot section. However, I'd also want to introduce two features in this major update: manual labeling and data review. It'll be coming up very, very soon. So currently I'm running it on testnet, but let's head over there. It's not the, but just note that it's not the mainnet, it's testnet. So it'll be live very soon. Okay, so here I'm logged into my testnet. That's the Tagger mainnet. So once you connect your wallet over here, click Task Plaza and find manual data labeling. I'll start with that. So what manual data labeling is for is basically, previously I said we had medical data, we had agricultural data that rely on pre-trained AI models. But what if we have a set of data which we didn't train our pre-trained copilot tools on, right? We need to label them from scratch. So that's what manual data labeling does, labeling something from scratch until a point where we can use the data to train a pre-trained copilot tool, and then everything will become very, very fast for everyone. So for example, a stop sign, right? Okay, as we can see here, we have a stop sign immediately popping up. And right now you can click, for example, the polyline labeling tool. And it's basically just outlines the shape. So that's very convenient for something like a polygon or like an octagon over here. Okay, double click to finish. Now I've successfully outlined the stop sign. So I press confirm to submit this task. Okay, Wi-Fi could be a bit slow here where I am. Okay, so now we have the second picture coming up. Same thing, I'll just do it very quick this time. So in total, you have 40 tasks to complete every day per wallet. So now, after I press confirm, if I, for example, if I just did 2 tasks for this day, I want to finish my task and do it tomorrow. So at the end of each working day, press finish session. So we can see here, remember to upload completed tasks at the end of each working day to the task management page to the blockchain, so to be eligible for rewards. So after finishing a session, the page will take me to the task management page. It shows basically each day I have been working. So here, because I've been on testnet quite very often, testing things, I've been working on these different days. So you can see that here's an upload button. Once you press it, you can upload the task to the blockchain for rewards. If you don't do that, you won't be eligible for rewards. So please do upload, because it uploads to a decentralized server for storage. Okay, so that's basically the logic for manual data labeling. You have to do it from scratch. And then this is very valuable for our whole system, because it allows us to train a pre-trained AI copilot tool, which would make everything so much more convenient, like you saw in the first video. And also like how we did it over the past few months before the major update. Okay, now I want to show you data review. However, I need to switch account for that. So bear with me for a minute. Okay, now I've connected to a data review account. Let me share. Okay, we also have a feature called data review. So essentially what that does is to operate all reviews and data cleaning within a peer-driven framework. Just like how Bitcoin has different miners and different people recording on the ledger. We work pretty much the same way in Tagger's B Corp system. So we're running the whole corporation, we're running the whole data labeling, essentially like company, on a peer review basis. So people will be there to review whatever I've done previously. So remember, I was labeling the stop sign. There will be reviewers to review whether the stop sign labeling has been correct. To become a data reviewer, you'd need to be placed within the top select number of reviewers. So different number of data reviewer will be assigned per window, and we have around 1 week for every window to open. So just be the highest stakers in the window, and we'll be fine. Okay, now we see here when we go into a data review task, we see the stop sign being labeled by a red polygon. So that's a yes, because it's very precise. This one's quite precise as well. You can see the red lines around it, labeled by our dev in the dev environment. Let me try to find a no in this case. I think that's the one I just labeled. Okay, this one's also yes. Don't worry. Like, if it doesn't fit perfectly, like this one's a perfect example. You know, we have an octagon stop sign, but it's labeled with a square, so that's a no. Okay, so once we want to finish the working day for data review, we finish the session and we go to the task management page. And once again, don't forget to upload your task. So otherwise you won't be eligible for rewards. That's basically the whole workflow, but I want to introduce a larger picture because what I showed in the demo seems quite simple, but actually its inherent meaning is that currently I've been in talk with a lot of car companies, in fact, including like Build Your Dream and Huawei. I've been in talk with them, and what they do every single year is that they spend millions and millions of RMB, basically, on data protection. Because you know how in Web 2 or in the internet era, right, your data flows on the internet very freely without your knowledge. Same works for them. They spend in billions of dollars to label, for example, autopilot data, so car autopilot driving system data. And in that case, they would want to protect it against other car companies from stealing it. That's right. That's very normal. However, you know, when they have data labeling, like 24 hours, it goes on for 24 hours and no employee can bring in their phone. And there's like full-on surveillance cameras and also a lot of servers to protect everything. However, you know, it's still prone to theft because people can technically steal it illegally. Because, for example, when they sell their data to another company, or when someone in their system decides to send it to somewhere else, which happens quite very often behind the stages, then it won't be traced and it can't be tracked. Even if they do happen to find it in the future, they need to go through a very lengthy legal process, which they obviously wouldn't want to do. And that makes, for example, Build Your Dream not being able to work collaboratively with a company like, for example, Tesla or like Xiaomi, right? So for the same thing. And what we do here is also we secure these data that you just saw on a data authentication protocol, where people's data will be stored, like the data I just labeled, will be stored in decentralized storage, and they will be minted into something called a data passport. So that passport will be handed to our enterprise client or whoever buys the data. And in that case, all of the data is traceable, authenticatable, and tradable. Because currently in the Web 2 space, data is not tradable. It's very difficult to trade because, for example, if I charge $10 or $10 per set of data, essentially you can buy it and just pass it on to anyone out there. And that's extremely difficult and like it's just not feasible for a business to do that. So they do not do data trading. Build Your Dream, Huawei, and like all of these car companies out there, they train data and they collect data behind closed doors. So one company might be spending $1 billion on doing that. The other company might be spending another $1 billion on doing the same thing. They can't work collaboratively. But with the data authentication protocol and with data trading, they can each spend half the amount and work collaboratively without worrying that anyone will steal it because it's first secured on the blockchain, second it's traceable. So with this structure, we form a tradable and also a D Corp economy, so it's decentralized corporation. So if we look at Scale AI in the current Web 2 landscape, so that's basically the largest Web 2 data labeling company out there, they have around 2,000 employees. And as the 2,000 employees grows to, for example, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, then the edge managerial cost, so basically the operational and the managerial cost will rise exponentially. But that's not the case for Tagger's C Corp system, because you can see that all data labeling and all review are done on a peer review basis and also assisted by AI. So like essentially we can host, for example, 50,000 or even up to 1 million or 10 million different people working on the task at the same time without actually raising the managerial and operational costs that's needed to run a business. Much like the Bitcoin network. So many people are mining on the network every day, but no inherent costs have been increased. Here, we just increase the number of people who come in who who's willing to contribute their time. And you get tag tokens. Tag tokens has already been token generated, so you can buy it or either collect it from doing our data labeling task. And once you claim it from the dashboard here, income management, you can see I can request 4 tags, but that's in the testnet. I request it, apply, then I can click claim, and it will go to your wallet instantly for you to sell. Or you can keep it as well. It's a value token anyway. Yeah. And so that's basically your salary or your compensation for your effort. Essentially, we don't need any funds to participate, just your effort, and you can claim it instantly on a C Corp scale. Just imagine you're working in a corporation. Thank you. So that's all for today.
Thank you, Trevor, for the insightful sharing. And I do have one question for you. Do you have any tips for our developers who is looking to build AI on BNB Chain?
Yes, I certainly do, actually, because Tagger has been, we've been doing this for over a year, and I've been looking into the market. I've been very deep into the market, and so basically everyone's been saying that we need cash flow. Like, we need cash flow as an AI project in this round. Like, that's very obvious, because no project without a cash flow or real revenue can survive in the long term. That's basically just no different to a meme. However, sometimes companies like Tagger, we've been extremely down to earth with our fundamentals. We find a lot of company and hospitals to work with, but we realize that if you don't stay close to our user, if you don't stay close to like these fun stuff, then people are just going to forget about you, right? You can't survive in the long term. So that's why we we actually distributed 21%, roughly 21% of our tokens through 4Me. And oh, by the way, it's also a innovative token distribution mechanism where people do data labeling to collect that 21% of share of tokens. And we also developed our own mascot. We wanted to integrate some aspects of the meme hype into our project. Our project was initially way too much down to earth, but then we realized, okay, we wanted some fun stuff, right? We want to live in a market. We want to generate a bit of trend in the short term for us to achieve our long-term dream, which is like all of the enterprise clients, all of the AI tools that we have been developing. So don't jump too far ahead. Maybe I believe as an AI dev, always stay close to our user. And also the reason why I personally, as a founder, I wanted taggers to be token generators is because we want people instantly being able to receive rewards once they finish a task, and not be just be promised to be for example, promised later on where we TGE will give you how many different tokens depending on your reward point. That's just not feasible. We want instant rewards. We want to stay close to users. So be very close to market. Don't be way too far ahead or way
Thank you,
too,
Trevor.
don't leave the market. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Trevor, for the suggestion.
Thank you.
And everyone to check out Tagger on X for the latest update. And thank you all for joining today's workshop. And we hope you have gained a knowledge to apply to your own project. And see you next time. Thank you, everyone.